Given the common misconception that eating disorders are female disorders, what was the hardest part of making the decision to get well? It was hard for me to decide to get well because I had to do it for myself. Basically, I didn't want to. It was comfortable. I had gotten so used to living this way for so many years. Again, I had started my eating disorder when I was 9 years old, and wasn't until I was probably 23 that I got any sort of help for it. And that, I think, was primarily motivated by the fact that I wasn't willing to accept certain things about myself. And a lot of those were assumptions, unfortunately, that society would make about a male with an eating disorder. There's this huge stigma that all these things are wrong with you if you've had an eating disorder, and people don't realize that it's just something that you've taken on to cope with something that's either happened to you or that you can't accept. It was really difficult for me to go ahead and say, I want treatment, and I didn't do it for myself originally. I did it because I was forced into it, because it had gotten to the point where I couldn't hide it anymore, and people noticed. And I said, let me shut everyone up, and I can go right back to it the minute I'm done. But once I was in that moment, I was able to see this is just something that's controlling me. It's not who I am. I've been living this way, but it's just this insanity that's taken over my mind and my body and my soul in some ways, and turned me into something else. At that moment, I said, I need to get better, regardless of what society's going to say. And, maybe that's for the best. And once I realized I needed to not tell lies, and I needed to be honest with myself and everyone else, that's when I started being able to cope with the feelings and able to block out those mechanisms. I just have to be truthful about things.